The 13-3 AFC East champions, the Buffalo Bills, host the 11-5 Indianapolis Colts on Saturday. Chris Lovitt and I discuss the matchup and give our prediction. Check out my other prediction videos for the rest of the Wildcard games on my channel.
Starting out with the first game, actually, Saturday. It's going to be the Bills against the Colts. And I know you're a Colts fan and all, but I think that one is looking pretty one-sided for me. I mean, on the one hand, you have the Bills with Josh Allen. For me, he's an MVP candidate even this year. He set a franchise record with 45 total touchdowns and led the Bills to 13-3 finish. And they've been so hot down these last few games, probably the hottest team in the league right now, with 47.7 points per game. That's just, I think it's going to be too tough for the Colts.
It's definitely not going to be very easy. I mean, for the reasons that you just outlined there, how good Josh Allen has been. I don't think anyone saw this coming before the season. Maybe a few people might have thought he'd have a breakout season, but nobody would have put him in the MVP discussion. The Bills are probably the hottest team in the AFC, and when going into Week 17, it was quite likely that the Colts would end up playing the Bills just from how the seedings would fall, and that was probably the one team I didn't want to face apart from the Chiefs. Classic, team that gets hot right around the playoffs, very well coached team. Going to Buffalo is also obviously not a very easy task for a team that pretty much plays all of their games indoors with the roof closed. The only thing I would say maybe that could throw a bit of a spanner in the works, and while the Bills have definitely been the hotter team, the Colts have probably been the hottest team running the ball over the past month. Jonathan Taylor has just emerged. He's had a complete breakout. Even though the Colts have been rotating quite a few guys on the offensive line, they've finally got their run game going, and it was something before the season that everyone thought was going to be a real advantage for them. And if the Colts can run the ball, I know Buffalo's not great against the run. They do give up about 120 yards a game. If the Colts can run the ball, I think they do have a chance, but I think that's the only way I can see the Colts getting any sort of result.
Yeah, I think my biggest worry for the Colts is that because of the explosive offense that the Bills have, that if they fall behind early, like in double digits or like down 2 touchdowns, then the Colts almost have to abandon the run game. And if you have to put it on Phillip Rivers to bring them back and potentially get into a shootout situation with Josh Allen, I cannot see Rivers prevail. And also you kind of have to see now the Colts, their record is 2-4 against teams with a winning record this year. And even the defense kind of struggled these past few weeks. Even against the Jags, the Colts gave up quite a few points. And it's hard for me to see how. I mean, I give the Colts defense credit; they're pretty good, but it's hard for me to see how they're going to stop Stephon Diggs, for example. He has had the most receiving yards in the whole league, and that's going to be a tough task.
The Colts don't have the kind of number one corner who will travel with receivers like some teams do. So I think it will just be almost by committee, just trying to stop Diggs, trying to stop Allen. I would expect a lot of 4-man rush from the Colts, 4-man rush, 7 men in coverage, and hope for the best. I mean, that's probably the best game plan against Allen right now, and the way he's playing. The Bills really aren't a team that you want to fall behind to. I think if it's down to Rivers' arm and asking him to make throws down the field, I don't think that's going to end too well. If the Colts can come out, establish the run, control the line of scrimmage, and maybe be leading at halftime, then I think it's possible. But I would have to agree with you. I can see Buffalo winning this game by 7 to 10 points.
Yeah, I think let's say if I would have to my score prediction would probably be Bills are going to win with 30 to 16 or 30 to 17 scoreline. Yeah,
probably won't be a very high scoring game because I don't think the weather's going to be too great. So you probably expect a lot of running the ball and little kind of gadget runs and things like that. But yeah, I would have the Bills winning this by between 7 and 10.